Hi Capricorn, welcome to your June 2022 monthly messages from Spirit reading. This is your girl, Mermaid Scales Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a general reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Capricorn. This will not resonate with every Capricorn that watches this message, and because this reading is general, not every single message is going to be for you. So please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else who needs to hear that message. And if this reading is not for you at all, Capricorn, I highly suggest checking out your other signs and different placements. Hi, Cross Watchers. You're very welcome here if you're interested in a Capricorn. Who wouldn't be? I like to remind Capricorn and Cross Watchers that energy is fluid, and this simply means you may feel like I'm describing a certain situation in the reading where you feel the roles are flipped or reversed, and that's completely okay. You're more than welcome to use your own discretion to flip those roles if that resonates with your specific situation the best. My intentions for this reading, Capricorn, is to channel and provide messages from Spirit for you for the month of June. And you could take this as like a tarot scope of what's to happen and unfold, what you're likely to experience. And then I also kind of feel that these messages are for whatever you need to hear right now. If you've been drawn to this reading and message, you know, what do you need to hear about the month of June, whether it's happening now or it's about to happen? And I hope this reading is a reminder for you guys as to when you face this, whatever it is, good or bad, it will help you have a better understanding of it all. And this could impact any aspect of your life, career and finances, love and romance, spiritual evolution, but whatever Spirit would like to talk about shall be said. If you have any beings of the light that you would like to welcome into this space, specific angels, ancestors, spirit guides, maybe even passed down loved ones as well, you are welcome to ask them to join us here now. So let's go ahead and get this started. I'm going to be using my sound bowl to clear and set the energy. So if you are listening to this using headphones or the volume's kind of loud right now, I do suggest turning it down a little bit only for this part because I don't want your ears to hurt. So let's get this started. All right. So let's see what's happening in the month of June for my Capricorns, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, anyone dealing with a Capricorn. What is the energy surrounding Capricorn at this time in the month of June? What can Capricorn expect? What does Capricorn need to know, Spirit? Let's see. Tell me about the month of June. Oh, for my Capricorns. That went right over the flame. Interesting. You know, I wonder if some of you guys, like, I don't know, not for everyone, obviously, and if this isn't for you, bear with me for a little bit, but almost as if you feel like something has burned you out, something has weighed you down, something has made you kind of lose a little bit of hope in a situation. You haven't been receiving the results you were hoping for, that you're expecting to get. Not all is lost. I pulled those cards off the candle and the flame is still lit. I don't know who needs to hear that, but maybe that's just some sort of confirmation for someone out there. But let's getting into this. So surrender to the journey, release control. Wow, that's a big one. That's one that a lot of us struggle with, including myself. And then you got another card, taking shelter. The answers are within. Okay, Capricorn, there's something that, something has been a long journey for you. Trying to understand what's going on in your life, trying to understand any obstacles, blocks that you've been experiencing. Why have I been experiencing this? Why hasn't this happened to me? And it's almost like it's gotten to the point where some of you are really going to give up on some sort of pursuit that you've always had confidence in yourself with, some sort of, energy that you were very, very excited for, that you're just kind of losing hope on, or you're just not getting the answers and you're just trying your hardest to figure out. But what this tells me with this card here, surrendering to the journey, is that Spirit, you may not see it, Capricorn. You may not see the progress. You may not see what's working behind the scenes, but Spirit has your back. Spirit has heard your prayers. Spirit has been looking over this situation since the beginning of it all. And Spirit just wants you to know that, Capricorn, and trust me guys, there's no judgment here. I have struggled with this time and time again. It's something that we're born with as human beings that have ego. We try, if we don't see immediate results, or if we don't see evidence in the 3D of what it is we've been working hard to, if we're doing a good job, if we're doing everything right, we start to obsess. We start to try to control the situation. We start to try to do anything that we can to speed up the process or anything like that. But if some of you have been wondering if you've been doing enough, you absolutely have. If some of you have been worrying about, if this is going to go anywhere, it's going somewhere. Right now, Spirit just wants you to surrender. If there's any worries, any fears around a situation, this is what helps me. I just close my eyes, I breathe in, and I say, I give this to God. I give this to the universe. I give this to my angels. I place this in your care. This situation is something there's nothing I can do about at this time. And I accept that. And I trust that this will be worked on. This will be healed. This will eventually come to the surface in divine timing. And Spirit just wants you to know, Capricorn, that you're a lot more supported than it may seem like right now. And I know that's not, something a lot of people like to hear. We like to see proof. We like to see evidence. But Spirit's saying whatever this is, it's not something that's easily solved. It's not something that is easily formed into a formation in the 3D. And that's why it's taking some time. But it is being addressed. It is being worked on. And for some of you, there's certain blocks that have to be removed that you may not be even aware of. So for example, let's just say that you've been trying to apply for a certain job, you've been trying to get your big break in a certain career, and you just have not been given that one opportunity. But there may be other people that company hired that, because of their budget, they had to stick with them for a bit, but their performance isn't performing well. They are not meeting expectations that were set out in the contract. Therefore, they have to fulfill their obligation of seeing the first 3 months of this person's performance before they can really let them go. That is just a small example, and maybe doesn't even fit to your situation, but it's supposed to parallel what may be working in the background that you just don't see yet. But this is almost giving me Six of Swords vibes. Some of you could have Aquarius in your chart, or there may be an Aquarius around your energy that has been part of this journey and this experience. But Spirit wants you to say that, Capricorn, your action has not been unnoticed. Your strength has not been unnoticed. But we want you to know that we're doing everything we can, and it will come. It is coming. So stop blaming yourself, stop shaming yourself, stop thinking that you didn't do enough. We're working on it, and surrender control and relax a little bit as this comes into formation. We are watching over your finances. We're watching over your loved ones, but we want you to watch over yourself too, Capricorn. And then the answers are within with taking shelter. So yeah, I wonder if some of you are not aware of your already profound intuition, or if some of you second guess it, doubt it. You guys already know a lot of the answers that you've been seeking. For some of you, to be 100% honest, and if this isn't for you, it's not for you, but have you been completely honest with yourself about a certain situation surrounding you? Are your expectations realistic? Or are you kind of, putting so much on you to think that if you fail, that's it. You're never going to get anywhere. It's never going to take off. Rome wasn't built in a day. It took, years for it to come into its prime. So I wonder, Capricorn, if you just put so much on yourself and expect so much out of yourself that you're not meeting your requirements that are a little bit unrealistic. Not for everyone, but for some. But Capricorn, this also is telling me for some of you that you've been looking for answers outside of yourself that have always relied within, or that have always been within you. But you need to unplug from, I don't know if it's social media, from the opinions around you, the noise around you, and find some time so you can sit with yourself and reflect and think. And, put on the scales of what is fulfilling you and what is taking from you. And to really decide how you can move forward with the answers that you find within yourself. I feel for some of you, you've been working extra hours or putting a lot of time and care into something that has been draining you, has been taking from you, hasn't been fulfilling you. And some of you, you just need to take that, mental health day break or just a little time of vacation. And if you're not even going to go anywhere for this vacation, just at least start to recharge and recuperate at home or wherever you feel safe or wherever you feel you can relax and let go and be free. Spirit is urging you to do this for yourself, Capricorn. But to also trust your intuition, trust the answers that appear in your third eye and your crown chakra, especially. I even feel for some of you, your third eye has been a little bit blocked or a little bit hazy recently. And I think it's just because of the issue around surrendering and the issue around accepting and the issue around maybe even having faith. That what you visualize can happen. What you visualize will be yours. But is the way you're going about it in a way that is, working harder but not smarter. You know that saying? Are you overburdening yourself and not choosing the things that, are going to help you instead of just burning you out? A lot of questions around this situation, a lot of uncertainty around the situation, but Spirit wants you to know, Capricorn, that first of all, you have a lot more answers than you think you do. Second of all, it's time to release control of this situation and let it unfold as it is meant to be. And you'll see why it all had to unfold this particular way by the end of June for sure. All right, let's get some more cards. Tell me more about this situation. Intuition, whoa. Okay, it's coming through big here, right? And look at that unicorn horn, like right by her third eye chakra. Some of you have a resonance with unicorn energy, but it says trust your intuition, Capricorn. So this is what this is telling me. When we want something so badly that our ego starts to take control when we're not getting what we think we should have at that exact moment. We start to worry, we start to fear, we start to try to overexert ourselves, start to try to control the situation. And I was mentioning this in another reading about what messages we're getting that is from our ego, a place of fear, a place of pride, a place of the need to be 100% control of a situation. And what messages come from our intuition, our higher self, our soul that is trying to keep us in balance and harmony and peace. No matter what life throws at us, we'll always make it through. We have a deep understanding and knowledge, and some of you guys are really, really gifted with your psychic abilities, with your intuition. But the second you start to doubt it, the second you start to not trust it, it doesn't manifest. Because the difference is that we will receive what we believe we can receive. And I feel for some of you, you're not unlocking your full potential in this. I do feel you're natural born magicians. And maybe it's society that makes us think that, or wherever we were raised or grew up with, like you don't have as much control as you really do. You don't have as much power as you really do. Sure, of course, there's some things that we cannot control, that are out of our control, but we can control how we respond. And your intuition is trying to send you the messages of not to worry, of not to stress, of to let go, let God, and let it all heal. But we all come from that source, and that source is trying to come through to you very, very strongly, Capricorn. And your intuition, your higher self is trying to get in touch with you to let you know that you can surrender and be safe. that if you've been drawn to this particular dream or this particular goal or this particular job or relationship so strongly, you feel it deep in your soul, deep in your bones, right? It will be. And nothing that is meant from you will be kept from you. But there are certain things that must be done before it is ready. So, there's a message here of trusting the process and trust why you've been guided to follow this for as long as you have. There is something to come out of the other end. Let's go ahead and get another card. Tell me more about the energy surrounding Capricorn, what is activating in Capricorn's life in the month of June through this journey, through this process. I don't know why I need to say this, but I will, and it may sound blunt. I don't mean to be blunt, but there is just an energy around you that is almost like a person that is kind of a bit of like a know-it-all and thinks that they have the all right answers to your situation, that you should do exactly what they think you should do, but that's just clouding the truth. That's clouding what you already know. It almost feels like a nosy family member for some of you. I would tune that out, honestly. I mean, yes, it's good to get different perspectives, but this sounds like someone who's just trying to make you worry about the situation. Oh man, you didn't meet that deadline. Oh, you didn't get that job. Oh no, that's not looking good for you. Like, what is that even helping? And I wonder if that's somewhat surrounding, if it's not a family member, I really hope it's not a romantic partner or a friend, because it's just putting you more in this fear-based thinking that you don't belong in. Okay, fertility, whoa. All right, let's talk about it. So let's see what the card has to say. Number 27 may mean something to you guys. But it says, the frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. So yeah, Capricorn, Spirit recognizes the potential you have. The universe knows your gifts and your talents. And for some of you, it's just about getting that out there, getting the acceptance, the validation that you're right about how you feel about this job, or how you feel about your talents, how you feel about your skills, how you feel about yourself. And you've planted those seeds, and those seeds are being fertilized. They just haven't broken through the soil yet. But best believe that you are nurturing them. Best believe Spirit is nurturing them. Best believe that you do have something to give, and that it will come in its right time. But when we plant anything, we don't dig up the seed just to see if it's growing. That would actually cause more harm to the seed than actually be a part of its growth process. But with this fertility energy, like Capricorn, you have it all. You really do. And it's kind of one of those situations where if you know it's meant for you, nothing can shake you from it. And it's also that story I've mentioned before about, some of the greatest people known for all time of their craft, of their skill. They were rejected, dozens of times, hundreds of times, even for some of them out there. And it took them to keep going, to keep fighting, to keep pursuing until they got that one big break. So just because it hasn't happened now does not mean it will not happen for you. But what you don't see is that actually June is the time that this is really going to start to grow. You're going to start to see the people and the acknowledgments that you needed to hear for yourself. But I mean, Capricorn, again, with these cards here, you need to trust what you already know. You need to trust in your skills and your talents and everything that you have that has brought you to this point. But I totally understand the frustration around the process and the unfolding. But again, if you are so sure of yourself, then a bit of time is not going to affect your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, your hopes. And again, just understanding and accepting that this is just the process that's meant to be in, but I'll be ready when it comes. I'll be ready when this opportunity or this big break presents itself to me. But you need to be in the right alignment for it to receive, and being in fear-based thinking or surrounding yourself by comparing your journey with other people's, by listening to other people who don't really know what they're talking about, or by, tuning into media that just further conflicts and further clouds your own understanding of yourself. Whatever that is that has been, trying to be noise around your own understanding of what you know is meant to be for you. That needs to be unplugged. That needs to be cut. That needs to just at least be taken a step away from, so you can have a clearer vision of it all. But this is a fertile time for you, Capricorn. And things are growing, things are happening. And a lot of you are going to start to see the ripple effect of that in June. But don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt what you can give. Don't doubt your talents. You're talented. Trust that. All right, let's see what the tarot has to say. Tell me about June from a Capricorn spirit. The Fool. Okay, so Aquarius energy, Aries energy, a couple different messages from this card. Yeah, part of this journey that you need to understand right now is to take a little bit of break from the worry, from the stress, from the fear, from the work. I know that's hard for my Capricorns. I have a lot of Capricorn in my chart, okay? So I understand completely. And I'm not saying just, completely put no effort in at all, sit on the couch, live on the couch, and just be there for the next 5 months. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, because it's through these difficult times or these times that aren't showing fruition that you're going to learn from the most. And you can carry that with you. But know, Capricorn, that yeah, a new beginning is going to come. A new beginning from this will be shown to you, or maybe even for some of you, there's a new outlook that you can have on this process, on this journey, that is going to start freeing up the space of worry and fear and of constriction and of limitation that may be blocking a few of you. I feel, again, this is also coming out under the release control. You've done all that you can do. You planted the seeds, you made the plans, and now just give yourself a little bit of relaxation. Give yourself that, dinner at your favorite restaurant that you want to experience with the friends that you love and trust, with a romantic partner you've had your eye on. Just leave this in God's hands, in the universe's hands, and enjoy what is to come or what is going to come from it all. But there has to be some releasage of some baggage that you may be carrying from, the worry and the fear around when, how, if, could, should, would, all those questions. Again, but Spirit wants to say this new beginning will come. This big break will come. You need to trust in us. We're working it. We're unfolding it. We're making it happen. But start to live, Capricorn. Because when you worry, you suffer twice. And maybe even for a lot of you, Spirit wants to say the worry is unnecessary here. Let's keep going. Tell me more about the energy surrounding Capricorn and June, Spirit. The Prince of Swords. So this is the Page of Swords, air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, right under intuition. So yeah, I feel that for some of you, this Page of Swords is someone who's snoopy, someone who's critical, judgmental, someone that's always going to nitpick at things that you do that may be in your direct environment. This is the Page of Swords. So if that's something you resonate with, this person is still very unknowing, let's just say, still has a lot to learn, and still can't really compare what you're going through with what they've ever experienced or what they've ever witnessed. They don't know. For some of you, it's just simple as that. Now, others of you with this Page of Swords, you're learning through this process, maybe before this can be given to you, Capricorn, the one thing that may be blocking from you is trusting yourself. Because when this happens, when this is finally ready, you have to be 100% ready. You have to be 100% knowing what it is that you're going to do with this opportunity, what you're going to do with this chance. And maybe even for some of you, the field you're in, what it is that you want to manifest is competitive. You know, the real estate business, trying to find that new home, and that the market's hot right now, or even that job that you want where a lot of people also want it too. So you're going to have to prove your point as to, you know, more to yourself as to why you're fighting so hard for this. And to trust fully in yourself, and that this is not meant to throw you off. This is not meant to discourage you, but it's meant to empower you and encourage you to trust in everything that you've experienced, to trust in everything that you have learned. And when the time is right, use it. Because that's going to be a big tool in your toolbox, and how you can make this all unfold and how this is all going to happen is everything that you're learning from the process and the journey now. Let's get another card. And again, this like purple orb here, I don't know if you guys see orbs. If you're psychic or if you're a medium in some way, you may see spirit orbs around you, and that's just confirmation for someone out there. But this to me is looking like the third eye, and you're unblocking that. You're unblocking that by tuning into yourself. You're unblocking it by tuning into what you know, tuning into your intuition, and putting aside anything else that is just contributing to that blockage of the third eye of fear-based thinking. Some of you could also be seeing a lot of ravens or crows lately, or that's a totem animal of yours, which is a very powerful totem animal, by the way. So you are definitely powerful. You are definitely insightful. You definitely have ancient wisdom that you carry within you from past lives or even from ancestors. And the Seven of Cups, right under fertility. So Scorpio energy coming through here. Yeah, and it's been putting you through a lot of different emotions. This whole journey, this whole process, but it's been confusing you too, right? I was talking about like the blockage of the third eye. These emotions are coming up from, you know, one day you trust yourself fully that this is going to happen. The next you worry, you fear it's never going to happen for me. You know, in a way, that's what's delaying this process here. And that's what you're learning through. That's why this all has to be put on a pause, or that's why this all has to kind of sit for a second so you can really realize the truth of the situation and the illusions that have been clouding you through this. But Spirit is with you through this dove in this picture. Spirit's been trying to guide you towards, you know, releasing those illusions and start trusting in those higher truths, those downloads you may receive, those intuitive nudges that pick you back up again when you just feel like giving up, or when you feel like releasing all hope in this. The only thing you need to release is the control, the outcome. And that's the only thing that's really been clouding this whole situation here. But also, too, with this combination of fertility and the Seven of Cups, which is, you know, this is 27, this is 7, just for confirmation, your birthday could be January 7th, January 17th, perhaps December 27th for some of you. You could be life path 7s. But what you don't see is that by the end of the month, opportunities may start to pop in. Different options, different offers, different things that are going to come in where you just thought they never would start to show up at the end of the month. And that's what has been fertile all along, is those opportunities coming in. And there are some things, again, like you didn't see that wasn't the reason why it had anything to do with you and what you could give. But it had to do with certain situations in other parts of this whole function of what's meant to happen for you. Other jobs, other people, other situations that just had to fold itself out before it can make its way to you. And then when it happens, when it's ready, boom, opportunity after opportunity will come in. And then once where you guys thought it was dry as the desert, all of a sudden starts to come in, and you're not going to know where you should be led. Lead to whatever resonates with your soul, whatever your intuition is guiding you to do. For those of you in the end of the month, this starts to happen. Whatever resonates with you at a soul level, don't sell out. Don't just settle because it's the first offer that's given to you. You need to really tune into what you've learned at this time and what you know you're meant to be and what you know you're worth, and then make a decision from your intuitive nudges and your intuitive guidance there. Bottom of the deck, the Tower. So this is Mars energy, Scorpio, Aries energy. Something in the past did not play out the way you wanted it to. Maybe there was an unexpected ending, a rejection that shook you to the core in this. And this is why all these doubts and hesitations started to form, all the noise that was surrounding you. What wasn't meant to happen wasn't meant to happen. A closed door was protection. And it was actually protection from leading you down a path that wasn't meant to be, that was going to be difficult, that was going to give you a lot more trial than tribulations. But it did kind of shake your foundation. It did shake what you thought was going to be meant for you, what you thought was going to be yours. You started to completely second guess that from this certain instance of something falling apart. But what was meant to fall apart only was meant to be rebuilt again. And that's why the dove is there at the bottom, right? To give you faith and hope that all is not lost, like I said in the beginning of the reading when those cards fell on the candle. Certain things had to end and be destroyed so you could build a better foundation, so you could pursue something in a different way that is going to give you a lot more reward than what you would have stuck with if you had to stuck with that option. And Spirit maybe even divinely intervened because you were about to say yes, you were about to take up that offer, you were about to go in that relationship that just would have been a karmic situation, would have provided you with hell. And Spirit did not want that for you. And that's why Spirit had to intervene. Wow. All right, Capricorn, let's go ahead and get one more card to wrap up this reading and see if there's anything else you guys need to know about June, about what's happening in June, what you're experiencing in June. Anything else that Capricorn needs to know about the situation they'll find themselves in June, that they are in June. Anything else about June? Insight. Open the third eye to strengthen intuition. Yeah, spend some time, guys, working on your third eye chakra, seeing past illusions, seeing past doubts and insecurities and fears, because you guys really are gifted with a third eye ability, with a third eye awakening. And I think, again, something happened in the past, whatever this Tower moment was, that kind of shook your own understanding of yourself, shook what you know to be the truth for you, shook what you knew to be what was right for you. And Spirit's just saying, take some time this month, Capricorn, to reconnect with yourself, reconnect with your inner knowing, your higher self. You know, listen to third eye chakra meditations. Take some time to really tune out the world and just go within, because it will activate, it will assure you, and it will even predict what you've already known all along that was meant for you. So trust the intuitive downloads, trust the insight you're getting, because although you may not see evidence in the 3D yet, you will. And you'll be happy that you trusted the insight that you got from your higher self than relying on the ego that is taking too much from you. Powerful reading, Capricorn. Thank you so much for joining me here for this reading. I hope it resonated with you. I hope it provided insight, clarity, healing, and guidance in regards to what it is that you're going through, you will be going through in the month of June. If it's giving you clarity, insight, healing, and guidance, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Capricorn, very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Capricorn.